What's up, everyone? Welcome to Bluegrass State of Mind, the show where three college roommates talk life, sports, and all the ridiculous things that happen in an apartment we like to refer to as Room 302. We're bringing you stories, hot takes, and the kind of late-night debates that probably should have stayed in the group chat.
So grab your headphones, sit back, and get ready for a wild ride through our past college life, sports, and everything in between. Let's get into it. This is Bluegrass State of Mind.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Bluegrass State of Mind. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode. If you are not already following us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok, please do so. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and look for new episodes that come out weekly on all platforms that you can listen to podcast on. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. All right, let's get into tonight. So if you've not followed our socials and followed up, we did have a little live session that was on Sunday night. And we talked a lot about the 5 and 5. So we are going to kick things off and talk a little bit more about that, just because for those who didn't listen, get a chance, and they was just waiting for an episode to release, this is new for them possibly. But if you did listen to us, then please continue listening, because I think it's just good information, good to understand. So let's kind of go back to what happened where we started, okay? So last week, we talked about how there was the injunction that was basically going to allow this 5 and 5 to come into play, right? So the ones, unless you had not signed a professional contract of some sort, NBA, and you was eligible, it was going to allow you to come back to college for another year for this next calendar year for those super seniors, or however, it's the 5 and 5, okay? But then there was some more news that had dropped over the weekend. Mason, talk to us about that. So, keep in mind, that's what had happened, and everybody was popping, all these names were all of a sudden going off. But then there was kind of a little bit of a tweak to it, and then it's kind of, not put a halt, but it's kind of put more of, skepticism. Are we really going to get these people? Are we going to even be able to get them, So, Mason, what happened after that was, I guess, put out? What was the next steps of what happened?
Yeah, so basically Judge Sweeney released an injunction stating that if the players had not originally entered the transfer portal, then they would not be eligible to enter the transfer portal now. So basically, if this 5 for 5, it gets passed, they could come back, but they have to play for the team that they were playing for before, unless they had previously entered the transfer portal. And, that kind of threw a little bit of a wrench in things. And, people were still talking about, there could be appeals. It could still get passed. These guys could be eligible, blah, blah, blah. But it kind of narrows down the list of guys who you think are going to be for certain eligible next year. And it really changes things, on who you're targeting and who you're really going after.
Yeah, and the 4 names, and I don't think we necessarily need to go through stats and all that, but we were going to talk about them. But we did go over stats and stuff, so if you haven't listened to our YouTube live, you can go back and listen to that to kind of understand where we got to at this point. But the 4 names that are popping up is Mark Mitchell, Jackson Collar, Richie Saunders, and Keyshawn Hall. I think that it is really important, Colton, for us to go ahead and mention, out of those 3, there's only one that, if this stands, from my understanding, Mason, correct me if I'm wrong, and Colton, if you know, from my understanding, if this withstands, where it's you either go back to your previous college or you're not going to get to do this, then you won't be eligible, right? So the only person that meets those standards is Keyshawn Hall. He actually did enter the transfer portal. Is that the way you are understand, that you've read and seen?
So I basically read something saying he has the highest chance, but there was still something he filed, some appeal in Ohio or something, whenever he originally entered the transfer portal. So from my understanding, he has the best chance out of any of them to be able to enter that transfer portal, go play somewhere else as of now.
Okay. And that's the way I understood it, I guess, too. Maybe you, much better. Good job. Way to word that correctly. Colton, we talked a little bit about how we all think, right, this is going to eventually pass, right? Like they can't not allow this to drag on, because I mean, we're already in August. You think of just the like welcome the team, like the Big Blue Madness, what we call it Big Blue, like that's in October. So I guess my question for you is, how long do you think that the NCAA can allow for this to drag on? Like is this like time crunch? Because let's not forget, this is also not only applicable, we're talking about for Kentucky basketball, but let's not forget the ones who don't know about this. This is not just for college basketball. This is for football and sports all around, right? So like football season is here. We cannot allow this, and they cannot allow this to just like slowly keep going like, oh, what are we going to do? So how long do you think that this may, like, are you expecting a decision to be pretty quickly? Like what have you thought about that? What's your stand on that?
I mean, I feel like we will know something by the end of August for sure. I think there's no way you can't. I mean, these guys are going to begin practicing. Mid-October is technically official day, but they've already been in the gym. They're probably about to take their break, but it's not a real break, right? Like they just can't have maybe formal stuff, but they're going to be already practicing and they're going to be doing workouts. And we're talking about guys and here's the thing about some of these guys, right? Like how much do we know? I'm sure some of them were, because I'm sure some of these guys were trying to maybe get drafted. So they were working out and some stuff like that. I'm sure they're in fine shape, but if they didn't get drafted back in, a month or so ago and back in June, how much like basketball have they played in the last year? Some of these guys, they thought their careers were over. Maybe they were thinking overseas and so I think you got to find out something pretty soon to be able to give, because here's the thing, I'm sure there are going to be appeals about the transfer portal, because what happens if these guys have a 5th-year eligibility? There's not a roster spot available on their current team that they have to supposedly go back to. Something's going to have to give, right? Because they technically are given a 5th year to play, or do they get to sit out? Like if they sit out, can they come back the next year? I don't really know how it works, but I feel like there's going to have to be some clarity and some different things. And that's why I think that an appeal to like allow transfer, because if you don't, and you have teams that don't have a roster spot left, and all of a sudden you get into this mess of, well, technically I didn't play 5 years, I didn't even play, like, so can I come back next year? And then you start having other, like you get other appeals, right? Like if you say no to those guys, then they're going to be like, I don't know if y'all saw the Sakai Siegler thing. Did y'all see that? Where he was trying to, apparently, like, because the COVID class, got an extra year, the 2021 class is so far about to be like the one class that didn't technically get 5 years. Like it's not Sakai Siegler from Tennessee. Remember?
Oh my goodness, he's trying to come back and play.
He already tried that before and it got denied.
Well, I don't even know that he's trying. I don't even know that he's trying to play as much as
Little
he's trying
braids. To get I can't stand him.
Compensation or something. He's trying to get something. Essentially, because that was like the one class of the last, like,
go get a job.
How many ever?
I mean, like, come on, man. Like, I mean, like, like he was a great player, but like,
oh yeah,
your time is done. Like, trust me, you just submitted yourself as a Tennessee, like, you're good. Like,
yeah. I do think something will happen by the time, because you have no choice. You're going to have to do something, because they're going to get themselves in trouble if they don't go ahead and just decide. Because the last thing they want to do is be in all these legal battles, which is what will happen if you don't go ahead and just kind of allow some of this stuff to happen.
Yeah. No, I agree. Well, let's talk a little bit about these players, okay? And Mason, you about got me. Like, you was so close. Like, after our discussion the other night of Mark Mitchell, Keyshawn Hall, Richie Saunders, Jackson Collier, I got off the podcast. And I already admit, if you haven't listened to our live, if you've not listened, I said I wanted Mark Mitchell. I was very adamant about it. That's who I wanted. And then Mason got on here with Keyshawn Hall and got me to really thinking, and I was like, oh my goodness, Mason's done convinced me. And I gotta admit, I was right. You was wrong. Like, I went back and I watched Colton, you was wrong in a sense too. I know you agreed with Mark Mitchell, but you was talking a little bit about how the one-on-one, boys, if you've not went back and watched highlight films or highlight tapes of this previous season, talking about a dog, Mason, you was like Keyshawn Hall. Mark Mitchell is the absolute missing piece to this team. I'm 100% in. He is our guy because if you watch, he can beat all his guys off the dribble. He is a dog. He brings that, what Colton was talking about, that defensive, like we've got to have that. And I think that with Keyshawn Hall, you are getting that dog, that killer. He can go get a bucket. But I think Mark Mitchell is not very, very, very far behind him. It's going to look a little different. The way he does it, it's not going to be the shiny, the like step backs, but it's going to be still aggressive. But here's the big thing that stands out to me, though, is when you're looking at and comparing them for what I believe, this is just Dylan Droz's opinion, what we need for this team, I just think he is much the safer route. You've got a Keyshawn Hall, 5 years, 5 teams if he plays. Always heard, always carried that locker room, could be a little bit of a problem, right? And I'm not saying he would be. Maybe, again, you said it could be just coaches couldn't handle. I don't know. I can tell you Mark Pope definitely is not the coach for him to handle. But, man, when just thinking of that bucket getter dog that we need, the man averaged 19. I was looking at some of his stats. If you've not seen some of his stats, go back and look, too, at some of those games. Like, he had 32, 26 against Arkansas, 32 against us, 23 against Tennessee. Like, he was putting up some pretty good numbers against high-quality teams. So, more so than anything, I am just here to lay down the law again. I am double down and give me Mark Mitchell. I'm all in. Give me the M&M.
Here's my rebuttal. And I agree. I think Keyshawn Hall or Mark Mitchell are the two that move the needle for us. I don't think Kohler, like, if we get Kohler's
going to BYU. I didn't know that. Did y'all know he's from Utah? I didn't know that.
Yeah. But if, just think about it like this, like Kohler reminds me, like if we get him, it reminds me so much of that first Mark Pope team, right? Kind of like an Andrew Carr there at the 4. Like, yeah, we kind of got good guys at every position, right? Like you got Zoom, you got Wilkins, but we still wouldn't have that stud, right?
Correct.
Like that guy
That's what I was
who
going
you
to
can kind
say.
of
That's
rely
what
on
Colton
down the
always
stretch,
said.
right? So I think for me it's Hall or Mitchell. But the only thing here, my only rebuttal is who's the safest option right now? Like, what if we say we go out here and Mitchell's like, "Yep, I'm coming to Kentucky," and then they don't pass anything and he can't even play?
That's true. I'll give you that. I will give you that Keyshawn Hall is this, like, when we say safer, I don't think he's the safer choice for the fit. I think he's the safer choice of actually being able to get a player. Yes, yeah. I would agree with that. I agree with that. But as far as the fit, though, Colton, like, I know me and you both were very adamant. Like, I think he's our guy. Like, I think he fits what we need.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. Because I think that I don't know how good defensively we're going to be. I think that's a big question mark. I think, obviously, not knowing if we have the guy as far as a go-to guy. You know, Milan is supposed to be a really good player, and we know what he can do, but we don't know what he's going to be like if he has to be the go-to guy. So I think that's a question mark, and so is defense. And I think Mitchell, at the very least, helps you defensively and helps you take a load off of having to have the guy. Right, can
I pause you though and ask you something? Yeah. I want you to keep going. I want to ask you and Mason this because it's while I'm on, and I want you to keep going, but I think it's important. Mason was talking about Keyshawn Hall being like the guy, and you're talking about the guy. Can Alex Wilkins? My question for you all is, and I know they didn't, you can say, well, look at where they went, but the year before they won, but they did have a guy. But we're always talking about who's the favorite right now in college basketball. Who's the favorite?
Going in next year?
This
got to be Florida, right?
Florida, right?
Florida, yeah.
My question is, who was that guy last year? You could easily say Blondie. What's his name?
Thomas Howell.
Thomas Howell. But was he? Like, was he the guy? Like, when looking at that team, could it have been a Boogie Flan at times? Could it have been the Howell? To me, it just depended. And I think that when you're looking at this team, let's just say Alex Wilkins is not the guy. But could we not collectively have an option, be like, okay, it might be Milan this night. It might be a Mitchell night. Like, obviously, yes, I would agree in the basketball terminology, Mason and Colton both, I would like to know my guy every night, right? But when looking at Florida, like, who did they really have a guy? It's just a question, just a thought. What do y'all think?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's why I was saying that Mitchell takes the load off of having to have that type of guy. Like, then all of a sudden you have 2 or 3 guys that could be one of your go-to instead of having one. But also, you're talking about a Florida team that, yeah, you're right, maybe didn't have that guy last year, but the year before when they won it all, they had Walter Clayton Jr., and who was that guy. So that's the difference in a championship and a not. And, I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, Yaxel Lindenberg was that guy. Right? I mean, like he's that type of dude. And they got him all the way to the championship, Michigan. So, I mean, and they had really 2 guys. I mean, they had big 7'4" guy or whatever, Mara, so, I mean.
And that's a good one, too. I didn't even think about Michigan. See, I never thought Yaxel was like, he's not a Walter Clayton type guy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but you knew he was that's the thing. Like on that team, he was
he's
the
their
guy.
Go-to. You need a play made. Yeah,
right. And the thing is, here's the thing: we're not even talking about a guy that has to go be averaging 30. And that's the thing about Thomas Howell is the reason he's the guy is because of everything he does.
He can do anything,
right?
And everything.
Like that's why he's the guy. Where but
do you not think Mark Mitchell can do that? I mean,
yes, and I agree. I think that I don't know that he would be considered but I think that he would help make, you could have a collective group, yes, more so if he's in there, 100%.
I think that Mason, you first and Colton, if we were to get Mark Mitchell, would he be the best player on our team?
All around best player?
All around best player, probably.
Best player, go-to player.
I don't know that he'd be the go-to guy. Like, I don't know that if we're down 2 points that like he's the guy we're going to. Maybe, but maybe I don't know really. Like, I don't know that I ain't seen him in that type of situation yet. Mm-hmm. Like, is he a guy that we're like, hey, we're going to give it to him and we're going to kind of clear out and we're going to see what he does with it.
I know all the fans are probably thinking like, why are we talking so much about Mark Mitchell? I think ideally, realistically, Kentucky, from what I'm seeing, and basically, if you look at this roster, you can't take a chance on Richie Saunders, right, Mason?
No, I don't think you can.
And I just don't think they are going to pursue that.
Yeah,
I haven't heard much smoke around Richie Saunders, honestly.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know that. I mean, look, I mean, if it was prime Richie Saunders, I'm all in. Like, I mean, if it was Richie Saunders before a tear ACL, I'm all in because I mean, I'll take the scoring over and leadership and IQ over anything. But
and then the Collier, being from Utah, I've seen more BYU talk, so that's why it's either Mitchell or Keyshawn Hall. We feel like at this point, Mason, you make a great point. I don't know if you're on my side of I think that truly he's the better fit in Mark Mitchell, but you do make a great point. The safer route at this point, if we're going to get a player and it comes down to okay, you better, if you're going to put your eggs all in one basket, let's go with the safest route that we know we could probably likely get a player. It would probably have to be Keyshawn Hall.
Real quick. I just wanted to say I kind of talked about it a minute ago, but I think those 2 guys are our top priority. I think either one of those, I may not agree, but I think either one of those put us preseason top 10 if we get either one of those.
I agree.
Maybe pushing top 5, just depending on how everything meshes well together. But, I mean, I think that gives you a little bit more depth, gives you another guy you can go to. I just think either one of those guys are going to complement so well. So I'd be happy with either one. I really would.
Right. And again, for those who right now, if you're Kentucky, we're chasing Mark Mitchell or Keyshawn Hall. Both out, you have options. Colton, final take on that? Anything before we get into what this team may look like? Well, actually, it's a good segue. Let's go straight to you then. What if we were to get Mark Mitchell and or Keyshawn Hall? Mason already said it takes us, he thinks, a top 10, maybe top 5. Where do you think that puts us at ranking if we were to land one of these guys?
Where have we seen anything preseason yet? I haven't even looked at.
I'm not seeing anything preseason.
Do we know where we're at?
I would say we're probably 20. In the 15-20 margin. That's my guess right now.
I would say we could probably get to top 10 with, especially Mitchell, I would think, or Hall. I think either one of those 2. If you get Kohler, maybe. We're talking about all guys that are good. So I think you have a chance to get to the top 10. Man, we just, like I said, I think we're starting to get in that phase where we're getting closer to time. So we're trying to almost build up some of these guys that we don't know. a little bit, right? Like we're putting a lot of faith into Soom and Alex Wilkins, right? Some of these guys that we're not, like Braden Hawthorne. I mean, we have no clue. Like we have zero clue about how these guys are really going to be. And so I think the closer we're getting, we're trying to build that up so that it makes it seem. And then we could wind up watching the first 6 or 7 games and be like, oh crap. Like, who knows? I mean, I think they do have a chance to be really good. Even before like we get these guys, like I think we can be a very competitive team, but I do think that one extra guy that is averaging 18 to 20 something points a game, yeah, can move us into the top 10. And I mean, all of a sudden you definitely have Sweet 16, Elite 8 aspirations. That does it put extra pressure on Pope? I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you become very happy of the team that he's built, so you give him a little credit. You give him the credit for the team that he's built out of this transfer portal. But I think the pressure is definitely there.
Well, I think it's just at the end of the day, like again, like the March Madness thing. We know it's a tough turn. Like just be competitive, right? That's what it's going to come down to for the whole entire entire season. All right, let's get into a little bit of football, fellas. I don't know if it's. I've
been waiting on this for months.
I will catch myself. No joke. Like I seriously, like this has popped in my mind like 3 or 4 times this week alone. I am just like sitting and waiting for a cold, misty morning, college game day football and coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Claire this the other night, and I don't know if it's, so you all know this, and everybody who knows me, like basketball, right? That's where my heart is. However, though, within the like past 5 to 6 years, like there has been this shift of just like my heart's still with basketball, but man, like college football is like right behind it. It's not far behind it. Like, I mean, it is just like I got goosebumps right now. Like I'm pumped for some college, especially I don't know if it's Kentucky, the football. I don't know if it's Stein time that's getting me more pumped. Mason, I know I'm gonna go to you first. Like you're a basketball guy through and through too, but like, have you had that like? Is that just like, have you always been that way, or has it like been more juiced up the last 5 or 6 years now that our basketball careers kind of have come to an end? Like, is it just me? Am I crazy? Like,
no, not at all. And for me, football's above basketball. Like, I get more excited for football season than I do basketball season, and that's saying a lot being a Kentucky fan. Right?
Yeah, I ain't there. I mean, I love me some, but I get it. I get it. Like, it ain't
love
far
UK
behind.
basketball. I feel like there's like maybe part of it too is like you're going through summer, and I'm really not into like baseball, so like it's like nothing's
this is
on.
The worst time.
And you're just like waiting, and it's like, oh, football is back. Like I can't wait to get up on Saturday morning, like you said, watch college game day, sit there if I'm able to with my kids and watch football all day. It doesn't get to happen too often, but I mean,
Maybe play
those
around
days,
the golf.
Oh yeah. We got that coming up.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's move on. Colton, for you, I think it's something like intriguing. Me and Mason both alluded to and talked about college game day. Like, what's going on? Like, we've talked a little bit about like, why is there such a need? Why does all around you're going to be locked in and tuned into college football game day? Let's not forget there's a college football game day for basketball too in college, but it's like complete 180, like not the same.
Yeah. Well, to me, the biggest difference is that obviously I'm going to root harder for UK basketball than any other, but there's a difference in watching LSU and Ole Miss basketball and LSU and Ole Miss football, right? So like if Kentucky's not playing college basketball, it's hard for me to just turn over a random LSU Ole Miss game. You give me LSU Ole Miss football and I'm locked in. And so that's what, and the thing is, you have 12 college games before the playoffs, right? You have 12 games. Hey, Kentucky's going to have 12 games done, and 10 of them is going to be against School of the Blind before the day, Kentucky basketball. So, I mean, you only have this set time. And I think that it's, like Mason said, the build-up is so much higher. Because, I mean, basketball season is going to be almost done. I mean, you think the Super Bowl itself plays the first week of February, second week of February. March Madness starts a month later. Like, it's already almost done, college basketball is, by the time football officially ends for the year.
Yeah.
So basketball loses a little hype in that instance, but man, to me, that's the difference, is that I can sit here and watch any of those football matchups where it's just going to be hard for me to turn in a random game that's not Kentucky or a top 5 matchup. Like,
well, and it's just like at this point of the year, for me at least, for baseball fans, no, but like it's just a hard time in sports right now with me. Like I had nothing to watch. I was like, why is there no? Come on, football, come on, give me something. Like I need to watch something. So let's talk about NFL. But before, one more thing I want to bring up. Have y'all seen this big old clip going around about this guy who his punishment for his fantasy?
He has to go out and play a round of golf without a ball.
Yeah. Have you saw that, Colton?
Play a round of golf without a ball.
With other people.
Correct. He had rules. He had to play a whole round of golf with no ball. He could not tell the guys that he was playing what was going on, and he had to play with people that he didn't know.
That was his punishment for last place in fantasy.
I was just sitting there envisioning, like,
what would we do? Let's just say we go play around at Park Mammoth and we get paired with a random.
Can you imagine having to pay $100 for a round at Park Mammoth to go out there and not even hit a golf ball?
It was hilarious. The man was like posing, picking up the tee, and then he was getting on the cart. He was like talking into the mic. He's like, "Well, striped her right down the middle, got about 150, first toe." I'll put that to 2 feet, you know?
Can you just imagine riding in the cart with the different guy telling him to stop here at your ball?
That would be like...
There's nothing there.
Did he just get out of crazy play? Like, what's going on? Yeah. So when thinking of that, I just thought that was pretty funny. But the NFL, we're going to talk, obviously, about NFL. We're going to do some, I guess... go ahead and do some picks for some awards. So I think we talked a little bit about Rookie of the Year, the MVP, Super Bowl. Yeah. Before we get to that, Colton, Mason, do you want to say anything? I guess the first preseason game is tomorrow. Like I said, I didn't do a lot of... but if you want to talk about that, go ahead.
The Hall of Fame game is tomorrow. So it's the first official kickoff. And so essentially every week from now until February, there will be some form of football on, right? I know you'll have preseason here for a couple weeks and it won't mean a whole lot, but at least it's something. Like, it's the start of football. So they always kick off the preseason, the season, with the Hall of Fame game, right? They introduce and they pick a couple teams. It's the Cardinals and the Panthers.
Oh, great.
Carson Beck is getting a start, right? As a rookie, he's getting a start for the Cardinals. You're going to get to see him. Kenny Pickett, who was once a high draft pick for the Steelers, bounced around a couple where now he's getting it for maybe someone that's trying to revive his career a little bit.
Is Jeremiah Love playing?
I don't know if he's going to play or not. Yeah, you got, Jeremiah Love there, the number, 4 overall pick or something like that.
Spoiler, he's my pick for Rookie of the Year.
Was he 6 or 4?
I don't know. I'm trying to think where he was at the Cardinals. I think he was 4.
He may be.
I want to say he was 4.
Was he 3?
3. He might have been 3.
It might have been 3.
He went right before the Titans could take him.
Yeah, he was 3. I think he was 3.
So, I don't know if he's playing or not, but, ideally you get to watch a little football tomorrow. And so we wanted to just, we not, instead of making our picks on some things, but we wanted to mention at least the NFL since it is starting tomorrow. And I thought it'd be cool to go ahead and make some predictions on some of those future awards. And so
I'm gonna let you lead us into that though, Colton. But before we get there, I remember what I was gonna say because I was sitting there. SEC Football Media Day for Kentucky was this past Monday. If you all have not listened, I know I'm advocating for another podcast, KSR, but it was a good interview. It really was. Will Stein had an interview. Yeah, Minchie did. And then Colton Price. But man, I was very impressed with Colton Price. It was so good. Colton, I know I talked to you. You said you didn't get a chance. I don't know if you've been, but for those out there, I don't want to ruin it for you, but he must be taking notes from Will Stein. He had a quote, and I was like, as soon as he said it, I was like, man. And then they were also like, whoa, can you say that again? he was talking about the offense linemen. By the way, they are huge. But Colton Price is the center, number one offense lineman transfer in the country. Anyways, he said 10 eyes, or 5 guys, 10 eyes, 1 lens. And he was talking about like what the Big Blue Wall needs to be. And I was like, oh man, that was like he said 5
poetic,
guys,
man. Poetic.
10 eyes, 1 lens. And I'm
Reminds
like,
me of Friday Night Lights.
I know, right? I was like,
Clear eyes, full hearts, cut loose.
I mean, I was like sitting there, I was like, I am pumped for some football. Come on, baby. All right. I just had to say it. I love that quote. Colton, lead us.
I mean, football is in the air, man. It is. All right. So, obviously, with the NFL kicking off tomorrow night, obviously, this episode will be released on Friday. So,
or it might be Thursday.
Or maybe we might release it tomorrow. But we wanted to go ahead and make some predictions. Okay. I think it'd be cool since as the season starting right here, we don't know anything except the draft, right? There's no one has played anything. You're going to have a few teams that are going to surprise, like the Patriots did last year, right? Made a Super Bowl run and I think their over-under last year was supposed to be like 7 wins, right? Made the Super Bowl. There's going to be a couple of those teams, and you got a brand new class of fresh rookies, and you have some trades and different things happening. So I thought it'd be cool to go ahead and make our picks right now before the season even starts, so we can look back and see if we were just completely off or if, we were right on target. So I'll let you guys go first, but we're going to start out with the Rookie of the Year.
Mason already told us, so let him go first.
Go ahead, Mason.
Well, I was between 2. I won't tell you my other one. One of y'all may pick him, but I'm going to go Jeremiah Love. I know that, it's kind of a little bit of a question mark at quarterback for the Cardinals. But I think he's a stud. Obviously, they have a couple weapons. Let's see if Marvin Harrison Jr. could bounce back. You got Trey McBride. So I think that he's going to have plenty of opportunities. I think he's going to be a workhorse down at the goal line. I think he's going to be a really good running back that is going to be around for several years. So I'm taking Jeremiah Love. I think he has a talent. I think that he has the weapons around him. If they can figure it out at quarterback, it's going to open up a lot for him. So I'm going Jeremiah Love.
All right. I like it. I mean, he's dynamic.
Yeah.
Based on what you see, he could be another of those like Jahmyr Gibbs or something like that. And so if he does that type of season, he's going to be dominant. Go ahead, DG.
Maybe a hot take. Give me Carnell Tate of the Tennessee Titans.
Hey man, I hope so. Let's.
I just think
please.
I think the Titans have, obviously, if you watch any Titans football whatsoever, like there has been ever since AJ Brown was gone. Like there's not been a go-to guy, right? And also that's not only been the problem. The quarterback has been a problem more so than that. Like you got to have a guy who is going to be there since Tannehill. So, I think that he is, Cam Ward likes to push the ball downfield. I think he is an obvious go-to guy. I know they just also signed a UK alum in Wan'Dale Robinson. But he's more of a check down guy. Like he'll occasionally be a deep ball threat, I think. But I just think of him in a sense of just something quick, pick up 8 yards. But Carnell Tate, I think, is a deep ball threat. I think being as young as he is, fresh, I think him and Cam Ward will hit it off. I think it's just an opportunity because they don't really have anybody to throw to. So, it's like, hey, God. Like, we anyway, what did we draft him at? 6?
The 4th, I think.
4th? Okay, so, we got him for a reason. Like, we're saying, hey, you are going to be our guy. So, again, maybe a hot take, but I'm going to go with our boy Carnell Tate.
Potential.
Let's hope so. I hope so. And the thing is, I think you're right. I think he could have, because the only thing that worries me a little bit is that having to be the guy as a rookie worries me a little bit because, if he had another guy that kind of take off the pressure, which is, then that would be, which is why I'm going with Jordan Tyson.
That was my other option.
I'm going to go with Jordan Tyson from the Saints, who many in the draft said was the best receiver. Like they was like, he's the best receiver, which was why it was surprised that the Titans kind of took Tate. You know, and I like Tate, so I'm fine with it, and I hope it works out. But Tyson, you know, to everyone, the draft experts were like, this is the number one receiver that's going to be taken. And he ends up with the Saints. And the Saints have Chris Olave and Jawan Johnson at tight end. Their running backs are Alvin Kamara and Travis Etienne. And Tyler, you know, even though he's a Louisville quarterback,
he started playing well last year.
He has that pocket passing ability, and I really think that he's going to be a really good NFL quarterback. Yeah, I think their offense is low key loaded, and because Olave can take some pressure off, I think that they're pass the ball a lot, and I think that Jordan Tyson could have a really big year going under the radar, for sure. So that's who I like.
Let's not forget though, Titans also have Calvin Ridley, who at times whenever they look decent.
He's getting a little older, but he's all right.
He's getting older, but that's what I'm saying. Like maybe the transition for him being, everybody knows it, but like maybe it's not as overwhelming for me.
Do they still have Westbrook, like the fast guy that kind of no? Let him go.
They do have look, I'm more than anyone really besides Cornell Tate, I'm excited for the Almanor. Ansley Alman, or not Ansley Alman. That's Kentucky. Elite. No, there's DK and there's something it's like Almanor or something like that.
Ayo Manor,
tight end.
No, he's a receiver, but he ended up being pretty much our number one last year after Ridley went down.
Is he a bigger receiver?
He was just like a rookie. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a really good year last year.
Ayo Manor or something like that. Is how it's spelled.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But he actually made some really good catches and had some really good games. We just didn't have anything last year. But he showed some promise, and maybe this year not having he had to pretty much be the guy because we had no one.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was thinking of.
I mean, Titans, you know, they can be sneaky maybe. Who knows? We're going to have hope. All right. On to the next one. Who is going to be the MVP of the year? All right. I'm going to let you take this one first, DG.
Got another hot take coming. The obvious choice is Josh Allen, right? The obvious choice is like your Lamar Jackson or who, like that's the obvious choice. I'm going with fresh off marriage, Mr. Justin Herbert.
Good pick.
Good pick.
Did y'all see that stat where they like after getting married? I think it was like Patrick Mahomes, who else was it that had like if after they got married? Was it Josh Allen?
I think it was Josh Allen. I mean, Josh Allen played last year after he got married. Like,
yeah. So, or like what kind of seasons they had. But yeah, I mean, we're going into third year of Justin Herbert and Harbaugh, kind of establishing, should have established at this point, offensive scheme. I think that they've gelled well. Yeah, I think it's a weird thing with Justin Herbert. I don't think nobody's ever questioned the talent. The talent's always been there. It just, again, it seems like in the clutch moments, like they have a great regular season, and then when
he's never won a playoff game, has he?
No. See, that's like yeah, we'll see. But I'm going Justin Herbert.
Hey, both his offensive tackles are all pro, and they were both out last year for the majority of the season, and they're both back. So I think that makes a big difference too.
The only thing that scares me about them is like their receiving core is not great.
Yeah, they're not. They didn't go improve it. Like they still they have some good good players, McConkey and Johnston.
But
they're okay. Yeah, I agree.
They're middle of the pack receivers in the NFL.
I agree. I hate when they don't when you have elite quarterbacks. I hate not going to get elite receivers. Somebody. I agree. That makes me mad. But go ahead, Mason.
All right. Little bit of a hot take, just because he has to stay healthy.
Oh man, I know you're about to choose. I was going with him too.
Joe Burr.
Oh man, I was going with him.
Joe Burr. I just feel like he's due to stay healthy. Right? Like he obviously has a talent. I mean, look what he did in college. We've seen him do it in the NFL before. You know, they made it to the Super Bowl against the Rams. Like he has the receivers around him. Chase Brown kind of had a breakout year last year. He has the back around him. So I'm going with Joe Burr. He's got
everything around him.
He has to stay
offensively.
Healthy.
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he has the receivers, he has the running back. He just has to stay healthy. It's his biggest thing, and so I think it's a bounce back year for Joe Burrow. And Bengals are one of my sleepers for this year.
Man, well, I'm gonna stick with it though because I think it's a make or break year for Burrow and the Bengals. Like I think it's one of those that if he gets hurt again,
they move on from him.
I think you almost have to, and that's sad because I think he's literally a top 3 quarterback in the league when healthy. I mean, he's as close to like a Peyton Manning and Tom Brady type of passer as you have in the league when he's healthy. But you could probably get 2 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders, and maybe even a really good player for him. And if you still have Chase and Higgins and you have a quarterback in this upcoming draft that you really like, that you think with that talent can at least be decent and much cheaper, I think you're almost to the point that you almost have to try to do that. And so I think that he's going to have something to prove. I think he's going it's been a little more silent this offseason. Like I think he's going to show up. And like Mason said, if he stays healthy, the offense is elite. They went and got Dexter Lawrence. I know they don't have Trey Hendrickson, but I think they did improve their defense and their offensive line. 2 big questions. So I think they're going to be a sneaky, and they have one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. Just saying. So, that could help too. I'm going to stick with Joe Burrow also. So, all right, finally, who do we think plays this in the Super Bowl? And not just wins, but who plays in the Super Bowl? In it? Yep.
I feel like everybody has one team that is the obvious choice from one side. I'll let y'all go. I didn't do both teams, so let me look at them real quick.
I'm gonna go what I just talked about a minute ago. I'm going Rams Bengals.
Rams Bengals.
Yeah. I just listen. Everybody knows the Rams are loaded, right?
Yeah.
I mean, on the
that was going to be my
ball,
pick for the NFC, so I'm thinking of the other AFC right
now. I mean, I think my other pick, if Joe Burrow's not healthy, obviously they're not making it, right? Yeah, everything rides on Joe Burrow being healthy. But like you just talked about, Colton, I mean, the Bengals, they kind of did a couple things that they needed to do. If he can stay healthy, we've seen it before. That was a matchup, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 4?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's a rematch of that. If not, taking the Chiefs from the AFC.
The Chiefs, that's question. I mean, you got some question marks around the Chiefs kingdom there with Mahomes coming off the ACL injury, but looks like he's progressing well and maybe even going to be back by week 1, which is just crazy.
They're going to bounce back.
But you do have a seniored, Travis Kelce getting older, and their receiving core is like dropping like flies right now. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I mean, they're losing a lot, and it was already kind of a question mark having enough talent around Mahomes like the last couple of years.
KW3 though,
they did, yeah.
He's gonna help out a lot because they didn't have a running game at all.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, okay, you got the Chiefs. What about you, DG?
Sticking with the NFC, Rams. When you think of Matthew Stafford MVP, Puka, Devontae Adams just signed the best defense of position, or that you could think of. I mean, in a generational talent, Myles Garrett. So for the AFC, I'm going to go back to back. I'm going to go the Patriots.
Really? See, I think they're going to be the ones that fall off. I just really do. I think now that they're going to have some film on May a little bit more and some other ones, and who knows? Look, I think A.J. Brown's become a locker room problem. And there's already a little drama there around Vrabel going on right now. I just think that I could see that team just having a lot of noise.
Oh, it's definitely there. The noise is there. I could see that.
I could have a lot of noise, and for that reason, I could see them. And they went from playing the easiest schedule last year to they have like the second toughest or third toughest schedule this year. So maybe that'd be a good pick if they are. It's obvious, I think, but I mean, I'm going to go with the Rams too. I think they're just the obvious pick. Although I think we're maybe disrespecting Seattle a little bit.
I just don't know if Darnold can do that again.
I mean, I can't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he may have found his place. But I think it's going to be Josh Allen. I think he's going to do it.
I hope so.
I really do, man. I think he's also in a make or break year. They got a new coach, and I think Sean McDermott was a good coach. And my hope is that now he's got DJ Moore as another weapon, because it seems like they always get in some of these games where they get against a really good defense and they doesn't have that go-to guy.
On to Gabe Davis and
Yeah,
Keon
right.
Coleman.
So I think that'll really help having DJ Moore if he stays healthy. And I think their offensive line's solid. Their defense always is still the question, and you have an offensive coach now, so I don't know. They might just be looking at it like, hey, let's go score 50 points, and our defense is just going to deal with it.
This is their offensive coordinator, right?
Yeah, they just went with their offensive coordinator, Joe Brady. I think it's going to be Josh Allen's time. Like, I just do, man. He's due one. He's too good to not win one.
I love Josh Allen.
And he's entering year 9 already. So, I mean, you're looking about 2 or 3 years. Like, he can still play for 6 or 7 years with that type of build and arm. But you're really just entering this, like, 2 or 3 year window of your prime left. And then, I could definitely see some regression. I think we're seeing some regression in Lamar Jackson, personally. You're not seeing the man be able to scramble as much. And we know that he's never been just the most pure pocket passer. He's improved. But I think last year you saw someone that, like, was not as good on his feet, and it hurt him. Right? And he's fell off. You look at the rankings, I mean, he's fell off a decent amount from what we thought he was. So it don't take much. You start losing. Josh Allen gets beat up a little bit and starts losing his legs. I think now is the time. So I'm all in on Allen getting him one. So
that would be nice. Mason, before we get into MLB, if we lose time, I think that needs to be the last subject, but let's get into our game.
Well, that's a perfect segue. As we talked about, football starts tomorrow in the preseason. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a warm-up here for fantasy football. We're going to do the auction draft with fantasy football. And what we're going to do here is you're going to have quarterback, running back, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. Okay, so we're only doing 5 spots. All right, so quarterback, running back, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. You are each going to start with $20. All right, somebody pick a number from 1 to 10. Close your eyes, and I'll just hold it up. Y'all both say a number, or y'all just hold up your number, and I'll tell you what it was. I'll just close my eyes. Y'all hold up your number, and I'll tell you what it was.
We don't close our eyes, DG.
Oh.
He was going to close his eyes.
Hold up your number. All right, it was 9. So, Dylan. All right, you will bid first. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
Before we start this mess, like, let's kind of clarify. Like, if I bid $2 and Colton has to go, but like, I can't, if I don't have $2, I can't bid a route. Like, that's how we correct. Like, you have to, okay, is that how we're doing it? Like, you got to spend money. You can't spend money that you don't have.
Right. So you have $20 and you have to build, it's got to consist of what?
A quarterback, running back, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end.
So you have to fill all 5 spots.
Yeah,
but
so
I'm
you
just
have to have
saying,
money
let's
left.
say that Colton has $2 left, and I say $2 for a player. Colton can't respond back and say $2.
Right.
He's got to go up $3.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure he's on the same page.
Wouldn't. So if I wouldn't have, then you got it.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Dylan, you'll bid first here. Your first player, Drake May.
I'll give it $1.
Man. Okay. And I'm going to pass. I'm going to let you have it.
For $1?
I mean, I had to do $1.
No, I don't blame you. And the thing is, he rattles off someone worse next.
All right. Colton, your turn to bid first. Your next player, CeeDee Lamb.
Hey, CeeDee's good. I'm going to go $2.
Dylan?
$3.
Colton?
I'm going to let him have it.
For $3?
$3.
All right.
Okay, man. So far, I've got Drake May and CeeDee Lamb for $4 collectively. The thing about it here is that Colton is really banking on really good players.
Yeah,
so
I am.
it either could be really
banking.
good for him or decently
Really bad. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
All right. Dylan, your turn to bid first. Your next player is Bijan Robinson.
$6.
Shoo.
Ooh. Coming out firing.
I mean, heck, I can't do that. I mean, I can't. I mean, I want Bijan, but man, I can't. $6, so that puts him at 10. How much we have? 15 or 20?
20.
$20. But he's already would have filled. So we only need one wide receiver and one tight end. So I mean, he could. I'm gonna let this one pass.
My goodness. All right. So Dylan has
Colton
a
is
line
not
of
aggressive. Go ask
Hold on. Listen, this is how it comes in.
Dylan's down to $10. Colton, you still have all 20.
Here we
All right.
come.
Colton, your turn to bid first.
Okay.
Your next player is Kyle Pitts.
$1.
Pass.
Okay.
All right.
Got my tight end for $1.
All right, Colton, you're down to $19.
Okay.
All right. Dylan, your turn to bid first. Your next player is A.J. Brown.
I'll give $1.
Cool. This is like,
I don't like any of them. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna let him have it.
DG has one spot left on his team, and he has
Yeah.
$9 left.
Yeah. So if it's a really good player, you can go high.
Oh, shoot. All right.
All right.
We are on to the next player. Colton, it is your bid first.
Yeah.
Your next player is Joe Burr.
Yeah. I mean, can DG get him as a backup, or what? What are we doing here? You got only fill one spot, right? Is that the game?
Yeah.
Give me $1.
He got his for $1. Colton gets his for $1.
Yeah. Here we go.
All right.
Strategies in place.
All right. Your next player is Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Offensive player of the year? Yeah.
I mean, I
give me-
can't get him.
He can't get him. He's got his wide receivers filled.
Mason, I
$2.
sure hope you was smart enough
$1.
not to stack like every single great player
I mean,
at the very
but that-
end.
You have CeeDee Lamb and Bijan Robinson.
That's true.
I know,
when you
but-
get the red.
but-
I
but-
mean,
Granted, though, other than Bijan Robinson, I think I had to bid on everybody. Had to, and I think I got all three players
You
under $3.
didn't have to.
No, that's actually false. I did have to.
No, you didn't.
I have to place a bid.
You got Drake May first. CeeDee Lamb was second. Cole bid it first. You outbid him.
yeah.
No,
You coulda let him
for
have CeeDee
CeeDee
Lamb.
Lamb.
Yeah.
Okay,
bid for CD.
okay. But I'm saying, okay, Drake May though, and AJ Brown is my two that I'm saying. Like those two,
Yeah.
I had to place $1. And if I was in Colton's position, I probably would have done the same thing. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, surely to goodness, you're not going to stack this last ending. But
Colton.
you've been on the
$1.
you've been on the phone with Colton all day and not working.
$1.
So,
No.
$1 for Jackson for JSN. Give me offensive player of the year.
Hold on. So
$1.
what does Dylan need left?
He's
A tight end?
He just
A tight
needs
end, and I sure
for
hope that you-
$9.
Okay,
right,
so
it's gonna be
here's
$9.
what it's, here's what it's
I
going to be.
sure
So it
hope
doesn't mean.
it's who come on.
Because
Be
Colton
who I
already
need.
has tight
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
come
Dylan.
on. Be Brock Bowers. Come on. Be double B's.
It's not Brock Bowers. But
Oh, my
I think he
goodness.
has the potential. Tucker Kraft.
I mean, sure. I got $9. $9, Colton.
And then Colton, your
That's
roster is
great.
going to
That's a steal, DG.
your roster. Y'all should have. I mean,
You
Listen,
can't play this
y'all-
game with Colton. He's not aggressive
You're
whatsoever.
getting mad because my strategies are always working. Don't get mad.
It actually screwed you the last time. The last time
But-
we played
but-
this game.
But here's the thing: if he could have listed out, yeah, right now, like I've got what one receiver and
a running back.
left, and he could list two terrible players, and I have to take them. So
that's what I'm saying, though. But there's not really been any bad players, unless there's two players that we've known. Like who's the rest of his team?
all right. Who's
So
my
probably
your
first
last two.
team. Like
Yeah.
it's probably first team. Like Mason
Yeah.
Dillon, any.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think they're pretty even. Like for real, I really think they're
Who's
pretty
my
even.
running back?
Your running back's Kenneth Walker.
Okay.
And
Super Bowl
your-
running back.
Yeah.
MVP. Super Bowl MVP. Yeah, give me. Come on now.
And your
And
other
who?
wide receiver is Malik Neighbors.
Oh man,
Coming off an injury.
I don't care when he's prime. He's
Oh,
I mean, there's nothing else that I could have done.
Honestly-
Realistically speaking, I'm not going to give Colton CD Lamb, Colton's vice versa. If I bid $1, I would hope surely you would go CD at least two. At least two. Okay.
100%.
So then let's just flip the verses here. I wouldn't have done. I would not have done what I've done exactly what you have done. I'm not saying your team's like so much better than mine, but like no, I had to bid on Drake May. It was my bid first. I would have not wanted him, but I had to. And then who was the other one? AJ Brown. Like I wouldn't have probably spent $2 on him either. I feel like there's a ton
Well,
better receivers out there.
AJ Brown or Malik Neighbors.
A healthy Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a healthy.
Yeah, but he's coming
like
off injury. That's I honestly feel like it's pretty even.
I think
honestly.
AJ Brown's getting closer to his
I do too.
downhill.
Yeah.
His physicality is what made him so good, and he's still a big guy, but he's not like he overpowers you with speed and
I do
agility.
think they're
Like,
pretty even though. Drake May, CeeDee Lamb, Bijan, AJ Brown, and Tucker Kraft.
CD
then-
and Bijan. I mean, Bijan's obviously the better running back. By
And then you have
long
Drake May,
shot.
who's going to get some rushing touchdowns too. Like that's what helps him as a QB. And then
I was hoping if
Colton
you'd have
had-
said my boy Double B, Brock Bowers, I was like, come on, give me that's who I need right then. Hey, I think that's
Colton had
another
Kyle
guy who could
Pitts,
have
Joe
another
Burrow,
big breakout
JSN,
season.
Malik Neighbors, and KW3. Who?
If-
Brock Bowers?
Yes, he's
If
finally
they get
got.
involved.
Yeah,
I was gonna
If
say, yeah.
if Mendoza and Kirk Cousins, whoever it is, but I was listening to something today that how they was talking about who's the tight end for the Cardinals?
Trey Rupp.
Or no,
Brad.
was it McBride who had like that? Is that who he played for last season? Cousins, or
Who?
did he played for the Falcons?
Falcons. Kyle Pitts.
Oh,
Yeah, Kyle Pitts.
Pitt.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts had like 3 or 4 touchdown like game. Like he
That's my team, man.
he
Kyle Pitts.
he is
keep telling
really. Anyways,
Kyle
he
Pitts
throws it
had
to
a
the
pretty good
tight
year
end
last
line.
year.
Oh, man.
So
I'm just hearing great things about my team.
All right.
I don't. Colton, take it away from the MLB. When you put that in there, I was like, "What in the world?" Sure, I don't
What do you
even know what's
mean?
going on. I don't
Hey,
know what
listen,
you're I don't know.
we're
I
in the
don't-
middle. We're getting towards the end of the play. Hey, listen, the MLB is a legit sport. All right.
I'm not throwing shade. I just don't watch MLB, so I don't know. Like when you're talking about the Dodgers ruining baseball.
All right,
I mean,
look.
I picked up on it, yeah, but I'm like, I don't.
Yes. Okay. So obviously,
Also,
we
is there
know
going to be a baseball season next year? For some reason, I thought I heard that there's going to be like a.
They're talking about a possible lockout. I don't think it'll happen because I think the owners will just solve it. But they're thinking
I
about
don't
it.
even understand a lockout.
It's all about what the player, like owners and players, have to agree on an agreement. And if they don't agree on the agreement, then
Players
there's a
hold out.
lockout. Yeah, there's a lockout.
Because I mean, the NBA had that lockdown, but that
Yeah.
was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean that's so essentially what happens. Anyhow, to finish up, so regardless if you're a baseball fan or not, you know about the Dodgers, right? And come postseason, you know, especially in the last couple of years, and if you know anything, you know Shohei Ohtani, right? Best baseball player, possibly might go down as best baseball player of all time. And you have Freddie Freeman, and you have Mookie Betts, and you have Kyle Tucker, and you have your starting lineup is just full of. Your starting pitching rotation is unreal. You've already won back-to-back titles, and you're going for it. Or you already got the second or third best record in all of baseball this year. And the number one trade prospect, the number one, the Cy Young winner from last year in the AL, is Tarek Skubal from the Detroit Tigers. And who, of course, does he go to in the trade? The Dodgers. So already the number one pitcher in baseball is going to go fill an already loaded lineup And now the Dodgers' ultimate payroll, I think, is $825 million. Just so you want to know, the Marlins, I believe, is $43 million is what they pay their roster, and the Dodgers is now paying their entire roster $825 million. I mean, it's insane. And obviously baseball doesn't have a salary cap. That hurts.
That's ridiculous.
Baseball doesn't have a salary cap compared to the other sports. And so, like, the Dodgers have a TV deal that's already worth $350 million. So, I mean, they're already, like, their TV deal alone outdoes the majority of the teams in the MLB alone. So, my question is now, look, the Dodgers have also lost 6 games in a row. I know y'all ain't been paying attention, but they've lost 6 games in a row currently. And we know baseball is kind of crazy. That's why you play 162 games, because a lot of it's pitching matchups and anyone could beat anyone on any given night. It's not like, football playing a nobody. So my question is do we think that because there's no salary cap and because the Dodgers credit to them if you're wanting to win, like, it's not like if you can do it, and why would you not as a player want to go get paid and go play for a top team? But do we think that it's ruining not having a salary cap, or do we think that just other teams aren't coughing up the money, right? Like, are other teams not doing enough to raise money? Because, like, the Mets had spent $500 million on their roster, and they're 20 games under 500. So, I mean, is it? Do y'all think it's either one of those things, or do you think that it's just kind of tough stuff for these other teams in the MLB?
So, I think it's garbage, honestly, because, I mean, not every team's going to have the opportunity to raise the money or have the money that the Dodgers and the Mets and everybody else has. Like, where my mind immediately goes to is, like, it almost puts a handicap on these other teams, right? So let's just take college sports, for example. Let's say you tell Kentucky they can recruit, they have 10 scholarships they can give out, but Duke only has 4. Like, it's kind of the same scenario here, right? Like, you're kind of limiting other teams from being able to compete and be competitive. And people can sit here and argue, well, raise more money. Well, not everybody has that opportunity, right? Like, not everybody has this $350 million TV deal, or is out in LA where they have all kinds of Dodgers fans who can donate money and help raise money and all these other things. So I think for me, like, if you're looking for a level playing field, you want to see the best competition across the whole sport. I just think it's garbage. Like, that would drive me absolutely insane. Like, if I was a coach or an owner or something like that, it would drive me insane.
DG, you're not on mute.
I wasn't trying to be.
Obviously, we know DG is not interested in this baseball topic.
I was trying to find some, like, boring music to play behind this hotel.
We know that DG is not locked in on baseball.
I'm not like, playoffs. Yes, I do watch it. I just don't know enough about. I'll say this: it just might as well be like the KD thing. If you can't beat them, join them, right? Like, that's what KD did. So, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, what it sounds like to me is it's not really a player or franchise issue. It's more of a salary cap issue, right? Like, I agree with what you said. Like, you can't blame a player for going and chasing money, especially going to a team that is not only going to pay you, but also a winning team. So, yeah, I don't really blame a player for that. I didn't know that the MLB didn't have salary caps, though. I learned something new. That's kind of wild.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm just aggravating on the music part. I just thought it'd be kind of, but yeah, that's kind of my thing though. With it, it's kind of, just put in a salary cap. It's easier said than done though, because then you probably have the Dodgers be like, oh no, we ain't doing all this. Look at all of our money, right? You can't do that.
Yeah. I mean, they would probably fuss because the MLB probably doesn't want it to happen, right? Because the Dodgers and Yankees and some of these big markets bring in so much money for the MLB. And if you look the last 3 years, especially since they added the pitching clock to where, you had the game sped up different aspects. I mean, baseball's done it right in the last 2 or 3 years. Like the viewership is way up. You have your big brands and some of your big stars on your big brands. So I mean, there's a lot of things are up on the baseball world, which is good for baseball. But I'd say that would probably be the issue with the salary cap. But yeah, man, it's just tough. I mean, it's tough to watch it happen because really, it all comes down to you being able to. You better draft good, and you better develop in your farm system because the thing is, once they get to the MLB, they've got a rookie contract for about 3 or 4 years before you know that the Dodgers and Yankees are coming for them. I mean, that's it. You take Paul Skeens, right? Paul Skeens is on the Pirates. I mean, they've been trash. When Paul Skeens' contract is up and he has a choice to either sign a pretty decent deal with the Pirates or a $300 million contract with the Yankees or the Dodgers, who's he going to choose? Right? Like he's going to go somewhere like that. So it is unfortunate and tough for the other teams, but I don't know what you do about it.
You know, you did bring up real quick one more thing. Like you talked about like the better players on the team usually. So like when thinking of that way, like you think of MLB, how it's the series. Typically, your better players, better teams will win that series. Same thing with NBA, right? Like it's not that the other team really can't win. It's just the percentage of them, like the Thunder, like they're not going to lose to like that Lakers. Even though some people thought the Lakers may have a chance, majority of the time the better team in a series is going to prevail. And that's why, like, you know, thinking of like March Madness, the college football playoff, even the NFL playoffs, like it's one game. Like anything can happen. One game. Like you think of basketball, like Oakland, right? St. Peter's. Like you can come in and just shoot the lights out of it and like boom, you have one off night. And then in football, NFL in particular, let's just say quarterback can't connect on with its receivers in one game, right? Like, so like in that sense, so yes, I think that what I was getting back to is that with these players, they're ultimately, yes, the Dodgers are probably going to end up finding themselves in another World Series because it's a series, right? It's not just one game. They've lost 6 games in a row, but again, most of those is not a 7-game series. It's a 2-game series, right? A home like situation. So yeah, I mean, I just thought I think that's always been interesting how that works. Anything else though before we close out? All right. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. Share with a friend. Come on, guys. What are you doing? Share with a friend. Hey, football season is right around the corner. Hold on. Just hold on to us. Like we talked about it today in our group text. Like, hey, we are going to hit football hard. It's just we don't want to get into it too soon. But stay tuned because whenever it is, we're going to get some guests on here to talk Kentucky football. And yeah, we are pumped about that. So stay tuned for that. If you've not hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel, go ahead and do that for us right now. Follow us on all of our socials, and thank you all for tuning in. This has been another episode of Bluegrass State of Mind. As always, Colton and Mason.
Go Cats.
Go Cats.
Go Cats.
That's a wrap for this episode of Bluegrass State of Mind. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Also, be on the lookout for our social media pages and be sure to follow them. We've got plenty more stories, insights, and conversations coming your way. And if you really loved it, make sure to share it with a friend. From the hills to the hollers, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep that Kentucky spirit strong.